Greetings everyone! Happy Wednesday! Welcome back to my channel. President Joe Biden is now urging Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema to stop opposing key pieces of his agenda. Some Americans are now eligible for an extra $8,000 stimulus payment. Here is your daily news report and fourth stimulus check update. This Friday evening, I will be giving away another $75 Amazon gift card. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and please leave a comment below. Thank you so much, everyone. On Tuesday, President Biden called out on a pair of moderate Democratic senators. As he faces opposition to key pieces of his agenda. Touting the need to pass legislation on voting rights, Joe Biden dismissed criticism over Democrats' inability thus far to move certain bills forward, noting that Republicans remain nearly universally opposed to the pieces of legislation and are joined by two Democrats the president declined to name. President Biden said, "I hear all the folks on TV saying, why doesn't Biden get this done? Well, because Biden only has a majority of effectively 4 votes in the House and a tie in the Senate, with 2 members of the Senate who vote more with my Republican friends." The comment appeared to be targeted at Democratic Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, who have been chief opponents of ending the filibuster to ease Democrats' path to passing legislation in the Senate. While both lawmakers do vote more frequently with Democrats than Republicans, Manchin has pressed the White House and his Senate colleagues to focus their efforts on strengthening the 1965 Voting Rights Act rather than passing a more expansive bill. Sinema and Manchin have been criticized for breaking with progressives on key issues, such as potentially eliminating the filibuster. However, political observers were quick to note that while the two moderates have become roadblocks when it comes to some Democratic priorities, it's not true that they vote more with Republicans. And according to Yahoo News, Sinema and Manchin have voted with the White House 100% of the time since Joe Biden's inauguration. However, any legislation faces an uphill climb in passing the 50-50 Senate, where most bills must garner 60 votes to pass. At his speech in Tulsa on Tuesday, President Biden tapped Vice President Kamala Harris to take the lead, saying June would be a month of action on Capitol Hill. President Biden stated, "To signify the importance of our efforts, today I am asking Vice President Kamala Harris to help these efforts and lead them among her other responsibilities. With her leadership and your support, we are going to overcome again, but it's going to take a lot of work." Even though there are still some people waiting to get the latest $1,400 stimulus checks after the bill was passed back in March, there is still much talk of another round of payments. Some money is available from the latest stimulus, but it does not come back as a check. This tax credit would reduce what you owe the IRS in the year 2021 if you have payments related to the care of a child or other dependent. If you care for one child or dependent, you can claim $8,000 in expenses. If you care for more than one child or dependent, you can claim up to $16,000 in expenses. This tax credit is refundable up to 50%. You would claim it when you file your 2021 tax return. So for example, you spend $16,000 caring for your dependents. If you owe the IRS $4,000, the tax credit eliminates that debt and you would then get a payment for the rest of the money. And that's another $4,000. A lot more people will qualify for this credit. The adjusted gross income level at which the credit percentage is reduced is raised substantially from $15,000 to $125,000. There is one other thing to note though. This tax credit is fully refundable. That means that you can get payment even if you owe nothing. There's another limiting factor. The one limiting factor is that this tax credit is available for the 2021 tax year only. If you do not claim it this year, you will not be able to get it. Just about every investor knows that inflation has arrived. The open question is, how long will inflation last? CNBC International conducted a survey of 30 high-profile market strategists. A key factor that the U.S. Federal Reserve will gauge to assess whether it should keep easy money flowing into markets Under the Fed's accommodative monetary policy, the central bank boosts money supply by snapping up long-term bonds from the open market and holding down interest rates. More money in circulation usually means a more vibrant economy and higher stock prices. The strategists also forecast when they expect the Fed to announce a timeline for withdrawing stimulus and how they expect markets to react when that news comes. So everyone, I would love to hear your thoughts on the rising inflation. Please leave them in the comment section below.
And then on the president's comments yesterday, he seemed to call out Manchin and Sinema for, he said, voting more with Republicans than Democrats. But ProPublica actually found that they've so far voted with Biden 100% of the time on major votes. And so can you explain where those comments came from and why he felt the need to call out members of his own party?
Well, I would say first that if Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema were standing with me here today, they're always welcome, they would call out their own independent streaks. And that's something that I think they're both proud of. They both vote for and represent the people in the states and all the people who elected them to represent them in the Senate. If you look at what the president said, the big tell here is I hear all the folks on TV saying, now as a former TV pundit myself, I can tell you that sometimes these conversations can be oversimplified. TV isn't always made for complex conversations about policymaking. We all know that, right? And what the president was simply conveying is that his threshold, his litmus test is not to see eye to eye on every single detail of every issue. And he doesn't with Senator Sinema and Senator Manchin. And he doesn't with Senator Capito, who's coming here later this afternoon. He believes there's an opportunity to work together, to make progress, to find areas of common ground, even if you have areas of disagreement. And he also believes that sometimes, because there are three entities, three branches of government, something he knows well, having served 36 years in the Senate, that sometimes it's not a straight line to victory or success, that sometimes it takes more time, and he's open to many paths forward. So I don't think he was intending to convey anything other than a little bit of commentary on TV punditry.
Well, it did seem to suggest that he is in favor of filibuster reform and wants to see that move. So why hasn't he been more prominent in calling for that? And is he pressuring Manchin and Sinema to move on that issue privately?
I wouldn't say that his comments yesterday were conveying a new position on his view on the filibuster. His full comment was
by saying that Manchin and Sinema are standing.
So that is the end of the video for this morning. I hope you found this video helpful today. This Friday evening, I will be giving away more $75 Amazon gift cards. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, share and like the video, and please leave a comment below. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a very, very blessed Wednesday.